Welcome in, everyone. I hope all is well with all my people. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Shout out to my girl, Mama 3. I see you, Queen. Beautiful. Welcome in. I see my girl, Sherry. I see my sis, Troy. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to close this chair up. And let me see. I'm going to look on my phone. Michelle in the building. I was trying to give it a second before we got started. Let a few more people into the building. I have some things that I feel is very important that needs to be said. I want to explain a couple of things that took place earlier in Tiff's chat. I don't know if let me see. And maybe they could catch this later. Maybe it's a good thing that it isn't a lot of people here, so I don't have to be on here long. Is that crazy? You get what I'm saying? Let me see. Just trying to see what's going on. Am I missing something? Let me see if I'm missing something. Okay. Oh, you guys, I'm not gonna hold you up. FCD was so tired today, but we are here. He had to run a few errands for my son. He's getting ready for prom. So I do apologize for the rescheduling. Hey, Alicia, welcome in. I do want to explain to you guys earlier. I know a lot of people that were in the chat and they saw that me and Lolo kind of had like a little tension, hostility there, and a back and forth, right? And I just want to say, you guys, it's, first and foremost, I never want to be disruptive or disrespectful to any of my sisters, any of my internet sisters on YouTube that has their own platform. I always try to come in respectful. I know I'm a little fiery, but that was kind of long overdue. You see, I sat back. I watched Lolo and so many other people, as you saw for yourself today. Blame me. Blame me. And I feel as though people can't seem to keep their story together or the lie that they want to stick with to the reason behind them falling out for Tiffany or choosing a side. So they decided to spin a narrative and say, oh, it's Ashley's fault. Ashley changed Tiffany. When they was not around long enough to see me change anything. So how could they get upset about something that they wasn't even involved in? We were around one time when we had the roasting, well, twice. But me and these people have never fell out. We've never had an argument, never had a disagreement, never had any confrontation whatsoever on YouTube. So for them to say Tiffany is changing because of me or she's doing things in place of me is BS. And I sat back for weeks on end while I was disrespected by Lolo and Tiffany's ex-mods on numerous occasions. If you guys don't remember, hey TC sis, if you guys don't remember, okay, Tiffany had a roasting session day and me and Tiffany was hosting it in her house. I was co-hosting. And before Tiff started that chat, before we got ready to get started on the show, Tiff said to everyone, if anyone comes in here and they disrespect me or disrespect Ashley, block them or time them out for a long time. So that's what Tiff said right away. So I'm assuming, right? After that, and even Tiffany assumed, she shouldn't have had to say anything else. If I'm telling you in the beginning of the show, if anyone comes into my house, you see, because what her ex-mods don't realize is, regardless of how you feel about anyone, that's Tiffany's channel. So when you're a moderator for Tiffany, and if Tiffany is moving to the left and you want to continue to mod for her, you put aside what you feel for whoever. And if you're a true, genuine friend of Tiffany's and you want to see her win, you support her decision. And if she isn't making the best decision, then you be there to support her if it falls flat. Or you could even speak up and give your opinion about it. But at the end of the day, it's up to Tiffany to decide whether or not she chooses to continue to move how she's moving. You know, she had moderators that were over there that did not respect the change that Tiffany was trying to adjust to. You see, people tried to make it seem like today, Tiffany sold her soul. She was tired of having 20 people in her chat, because I've heard that a few times that was mentioned, and it has nothing to do with that. You see, when you're sitting in a chat with people that only support you doing what they want you to do or doing what they think is best for you, how are you ever supposed to grow if that's your channel? If you're not open to meeting new people, different ideas, and expanding, you can't stay on one side forever. And the sad part is, they were absolutely correct. Our ex supporters were not supporting Tiffany. So what's wrong with Tiffany after the sector is over with? After everything is done, she's never had a personal issue with Brianna supporters, Amora, or any of those other people. She's never had an issue. So why, once this is over with, we can't be like women and we can't put that aside and move on, laugh, and support? What's the problem? You know, everybody wants to make it seem like it's a problem when we do something. But they have Fee over there. They accepted Ashley C back over there. The sisters was talking to, one of the sisters was talking to him behind the scenes on the phone, Amora. That wasn't a problem. Dry Bob was talking to her behind the scenes. That wasn't a problem. You know, so many other people have moved and it has been proven to be shady or sketchy. Different ways, but that was always dismissed or swept under the rug. But the second two content creators, such as myself and Tiff, that does not decide to report on any more of the RH stuff, or just says we're out of it, you know, we don't have an issue with anyone at the end of the day, then we're the ones being called out for the same stuff that those people have done. Not to mention Retta getting together allegedly. And Amora's played that clip as well as myself, allegedly getting ready to do skits with Brianna. So I'm trying to make it make sense. Make it make sense why it is such a problem with us supporting and liking who we genuinely like. And then people say, I never had an issue with that. It never was a big deal. Every single time we was in that chat, we were scolded about it. Every single time we supported, we were called a B, or we're trying to be a B. You know, so we can't sit up there and lie and say it never was an issue when it was. It's always been an issue. Or better yet, it's always been an excuse or a reason to pretend as though it's an issue when that never was the case. Let me slow down a little bit. I think I'm, talking too much. I don't want the chat to get past me. Thank you, Tiff. Welcome in, sis. So, McKenna said, I remember Ash, they were in there very disrespectful. It was clear that they didn't like you. Exactly. They were gone quick, didn't give it any time for the craziness to die down. Exactly. And if anyone, okay, TC Boo, if anyone knows Tiff, right? When Tiff tells you, more than likely, if people are acting silly, time them out or, block them. More than likely, and I haven't even been in Tiff's chat full time for that long, like on a consistent basis at that time, because we both kind of had our own little thing going on with these people separately. Okay. But anybody knows when Tiff says that, just being a supporter of Tiff's now frequently, you know that Tiff, more than likely, she's probably not going to be looking at the chat back to back, screening it, full time. She's getting ready to speak. And sometimes when she's speaking, she's not looking. She expects and she trusts that her moderators are doing exactly what they've always done. They've always done a good job of protecting her platform so she could feel comfortable not to watch and screen every person in the chat. They handled it right away. They did things very professional, and I will not take that away from them. I will give credit when credit is due. She had a dope team. But what was sad about the team is they wanted the leader. They wanted the name. They wanted the person behind the whole machine to fold and move how they wanted her to move or how they saw fit. And they didn't understand the direction that Tiff saw fit for herself. And instead of them supporting that and encouraging and nurturing, they decided to be upset. And I heard a few contradictions, and it's mighty, mighty funny. You have to think about this, okay? She gave that girl, the same person who scheduled a live, an opportunity to come up there and say it with her chest and get out the way exactly what she was feeling, right? She gave her that. She had to have a lot to say. After all, she scheduled a live. She put Tiffany's name in it. That was the title. So you even told her to drop the link. She didn't say, hey, I'm going to drop the link. You come up here. You said, drop the link. And me knowing from experience, you guys, because I peep game, y'all. Ashley, in Tiffany words, not a slow leaker, whatever she say. That's not me. I knew she was coming in there to become a distraction. Just like so many other times, the same people that has been in Tiffany bushes, every time Tiffany breaking down some real stuff, here come those people that never came out the bushes, all of a sudden having 1,001 questions, having so much to say, want to type in the chat when she has Tiffany damn phone number, right? If she cared that much, she would have kept that energy on the back end so it would not have been brought to the front end. And now since Tiffany is finally had enough and she's saying things, getting it off her chest, all of a sudden people want to come in. You know me. It's not like that. Well, how is it? You have a live scheduled after me, named after me. I'm in a title. How is it? You've been in the chat of my ops, agreeing with them, inserting your own opinion and comments about me like we've had problems when I didn't think we ever did. I just thought you chose what you chose and we both went our own ways. And it's easy to say Ashley was the problem. It's easy to say the bees was the problem, but answer this question. Before I even came over here, before me and Tiffany even started rocking like that, they already was supporting Amber. They already was in the sisters' chats. So what did that have to do with me? Tiffany didn't feel no sort of way. She could have. So how can you get pressed and upset that Tiffany is supporting me? The same person that is going through the same similar situation as Tiff on YouTube, right? How can you be upset about that? But you sitting in her ops chat, toasting it up, living it up, having back end conversations that you claim weren't the back end. And I'm going to prove to you in a second. in a second that it was a back end conversation. And it's just sad that she was sent in there, or she came on her own to try to distract and deflect, just like they did for roast night. Roast night was thrown all the way off because all of a sudden, all of our RH supporters decide they love Tiffany now. They want to love bomb Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany, you're so funny all of a sudden. Oh, Tiffany, you're just the best person in the world. Everybody knows when Tiffany is going, and it pisses me off. She don't look at her phone. You know, she's in her zone. She's doing her. And half of the time, she's not paying attention because she's in that mode. You know, she's focused. And that night, she was lacking sleep. She was sleep deprived. And she missed the whole play. You know, it caused confusion between us for that moment. And they were okay with that. They were okay with that. All of those people were so disrespectful to me and my mother. And you guys. Do you guys not remember that I came in defense of the supporters? I got on a panel. Tiffany dropped it for me. And I came up there and I said, they are disrespecting supporters in the chat. They're blocking their comments. Who remember I got up there and I said that? I spoke up in defense of everyone else because I knew Tiff, you know, wasn't there at that time. If you know Tiff, you know when she's sleepy. You know when she telling it like it is. She's in her zone. You know what I mean? And Tiffany was sleepy. I knew something was off. You know, then once we was able to talk about it, I'm like, dang, she did lives all that day. You know, not to mention, she didn't sleep at all and she went to work. You know, so that's what the little offness was, because nothing gets past her. I know that, you know. But when I came up there and I said that, just so Tiff can kind of, you know, keep an eye on things, because obviously the people that she entrusted, that held it down for her for so long, that was able to keep and wing out the chat, keep the chat afloat, were the very same people that tried to sabotage a relationship and some supporters that night by the help of it. The help from the same women that were dragging Tiffany all throughout that day. The sisters, the same supporters that were laughing while they were dragging Tiffany throughout that entire day, right? So you mean to tell me not within 24 hours, 24 hours, not even 4 hours, we expect these very same people who had a lot to say about the disgust they had for Tiffany, all of a sudden want to come in Tiff's chat, interrupt her roasting, because we know she be dragging to filth, and say, hey, Tiff, we'll take you on. We like you. We miss you so much. But Ashley D, on the other hand, you got to get rid of her. No, we're not feeling her. What? No, we really don't like you, but we like you a little better than Ashley. You know, we'll come in here, pretend to support you, pretend to laugh, pretend to be your friend, pretend like everything can go back to normal, only for the moment, with the promise of you not feeling any sort of way about the sisters. Okay? We're all for one deal. This is a package deal here. Take it or leave it, right? They send super sticker after super sticker. Speaking on me, my mom came in there because my mom supported Tiffany more than me before, you guys. My mom loved Tiffany. Even when me and Tiff, you know, wasn't talking a while ago, my mom used to get up to work and watch Tiff. She thinks Tiff is just the sweetest, funniest person ever. So that night was just another regular night that people decided to turn and make it into a joke. Why was her mom in there? Why would my mom not be in there? You know, I'm not ashamed of anything my mom does. Don't get it twisted. My mom is my best friend. Period. Now, that day, not only I was disrespected, but my mother was. And when Tiffany found out how exactly everything went down, of course, it was only right that she made things right. And by her doing so, that's when she decided to go live and address a few things. And she still didn't disrespect the moderators. She still gave them grace, even when they didn't deserve it in that moment, because they knew what they were trying to do. They let Amber through. They let everybody through to disrespect and antagonize Ashley D. Meanwhile, Tiffany was up there doing her thing, unaware that all of this was going on. And even when I went up there to tell Tiff, because a few supporters did reach out to me on Messenger. And they like, I don't know what's going on, this and that. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I knew Tiffany wasn't there because Tiffany is sharp, catching everything. So I said, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to let her know. So that's when I went up there and Lolo said, B, she's still going to be with me no matter what. You're not going to stop anything. Now, I'm thinking, for one, I can't stop anything. Tiff has been your friend longer than she has getting to know me. We're just becoming cool. We're filling each other out. I like Tiffany. She likes me. Give us a chance to get to know each other. But you are a day one. You are irreplaceable. And you should know that. And Tiffany let that be known on several occasions, how she felt about her day ones and her moderators. Okay? She showed me what it is to have genuine relationships with moderators, to celebrate them. So to hear people going live, making lives, having them set, and gonna speak on something, their time over here is just mind-boggling if they don't have anything outside of YouTube to tell, anything in that's very serious that nobody is aware of, then please take several seats and get over it, because you had a chance to get it off your chest like a woman, to say it on the panel, and you danced around it. You haven't talked to Tiff in months. You had the nerve to say, well, you know how my phone is. No, ho, I didn't know you were still walking around with that raggedy ass phone. I don't know how your phone is. Stop trying to come up here on this panel and act like it's still up and stuck with us when we don't rock with each other. You have been drinking the Kool-Aid with my ops. Period. Let me not go too far. I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you, Tawana, for the sticker. Thank you, Tiff. Yeah. Oh, and then Tiff. What was even? Oh, thank you, Lacondas. She even had the nerves, the audacity, you guys. It seemed like she wanted to come up there to prove a point that she walked away from Tiffany. And I hate when corny females do stuff like that. I'm trying not to swear so I can have a monetized, live today. But that was the corniest stuff. Well, you said God put, girl, are you drunk? Because that's what it sounded like she was. I'm not going to hold you up to. I've been holding back saying what I want to say about this situation, you guys, out of respect for Tiffany and the relationship she had with these people. Now, you guys got to understand this. I would be live over here, and one of Tiffany moderators, you guys, would come in my chat talking smack to me all the time. And imagine now I go back to Tiffany house and she modding over there, with the other 3-4 people that didn't like me. Imagine how uncomfortable that was for me. I'm building a genuine relationship with Tiff, and I have to try to figure out how to tell her that her day ones is trying to chase me away. Imagine that feeling. And you putting it in a nice way because you respect what they have. These people were there for Tiffany when no one else was. And nobody understands that more than Ashley D. You understand? Ashley D had people come along the way to fight with her, but we didn't make it to the end. I had a person that decided to discontinue their friendship with me. Still to this day, I don't understand, but I'm okay. Just like Tiffany said, it was a part of God's plan. You understand that? So that's how I live and I think on a day-to-day basis when shit don't work out accordingly. That was part of God's plan, and I accept it. Now, Lolo came up there and she danced around the question at hand. And the question was, what did I do to you? How did we get here? What's going on? And all she cared about was saying that arguing with the chat, because that's what she loves to do. She loves to pop her stuff to prove a point in the chat. I matter to Tiff more than all of you. But I hate to break it to her now. She doesn't no longer have that role anymore. So I hope she, gets it through her mind that everyone matters to Tiff. She's not number one. She's not above the real supporters that have actually been there with her now. Because the old is the old, and we're focusing on the new. And the new is we're all trying to go forward and grow our channels. We're expanding ourselves. We're not trying to stay in a bubble. Or we're not trying to tone ourselves down, because if I'm going to be honest, that's what Tiffany people wanted her to do. Are we going to speak some truth here today? Or are we going to beat around the bushes? Let's speak some truth. Because I'm sick of this. I feel like Tiffany supporters, or better yet, Tiffany ex-moderators, they wanted to keep Tiffany at a lower level because that made it easy for them to come back and forth in between Tiffany ops. Instead of them being excited for Tiffany for expanding and growing. How can all of you adjust to Felicia coming back over there and you don't look at her as an op, or better yet, coming over there, period? Someone who openly, publicly bashed RH and the rest of the family. Openly, publicly, allegedly got LaTrue fired. She said it was going to be her lifelong duty to make this man's life hell, right? And even if everybody's made amends, because you see, it's a lot of people that I have forgiven, but that don't mean I'm sitting at the table breaking bread with them. That don't mean I'm forgetting where we once were. That don't mean I'm forgetting the shady stuff that they have done to me. No, I just do not harvest that anger or that hurt anymore. I do not give you that power anymore. However, I remember. So for everyone, when it benefits them, because now all of a sudden she's no longer cool with Amora. She's no longer tied to any supporters on this side. You can come with us. Everything is all forgiven. All is well. Same as Ashley Chaps, who was coming at the brother back to back for no reason. Just coming at people for no reason. And the same thing that she has always consistently done. Poke people and then go live about it, or sending people bushes and then do content on it. It has been doing the same exact routine for the past few years now. But all she had to say was, Amora made me do it. Amora put me up to it. She did what? She put you up to what? Oh, so were you cool with her last year? Were you cool with her, 7 months ago? Were you cool with her in the beginning of the saga? Are we missing something here? So all you have to do is lie, fall out with Amora, not deal with Tiff and myself, and then it's good. They'll forgive you. That's what it seems like. But everybody wants to call it spazzing out, going crazy, following behind someone, being put up to something. When we decide to defend ourselves, speak out, or address the issue at hand, right? So what is their excuse for what they did? We'll just write it off as a misunderstanding, right? But me and Tiff don't supposed to defend ourselves, don't supposed to think. You see, you guys' problem was, Ashley D had no problem expressing herself, right? Ashley D had no problem standing over here alone. You guys took everything from me, from my friends to the supporters I did have, to the ones that were secretly checking on me. You took it all, right? You won, but you wanted more. You wanted me to sit over here and soak. You wanted to hear pain in my voice. You wanted to drag me about my sister. You wanted to drag me about my dry channel, about RH people not messing with me, right? And then one thing you could not do of Ashley's is break her spirit, make her go away, right? You guys tried and tried and tried on troll pages. You really tried, but it just wouldn't work, right? So now here we are. We're at this point of, I still was there standing. I'm still here. So then you knew that me and Tiff coming together, we wouldn't have had no problem doing exactly what we've been doing all this time, which is standing up for ourselves alone. We just had someone to fight with. We finally had each other's back. We finally was able to laugh with people that can relate to us. We had people come into our lives for their own personal reasons, their own motives, their own agendas. So we finally was able to connect on a genuine basis. Genuine, because if it was forced, right? We've been beefing with these people on and off throughout this whole time. So we could have been said, okay, let's be cool. Come on, hurry up. You beefing with them, I'm beefing with them. No, it happened at the right time. God's timing, right? It happened when we both were clear-headed, level-headed, and able to see through the foolery. God sent me along in Tiffany's life, just like he put her in mine for a reason. But I know what mine was. All of that was meant to happen for a reason, so Tiff can see who was really with her. You see, because when Tiff was over there, you guys had her channel stagnant. You had her sitting in a place. She was in a rock and a hard place because she was catering to her spoiled moderators, her spoiled ex-moderators that did not want her to move like this, that did not want her to defend herself, that did not want her to argue with the sisters back and forth. It don't matter. Just let it go, Tiff. So what if they're dragging you? So what if they're talking about your dog? So what if they're speaking on your husband, girl? So what? They don't know you. Just let it go. I mean, I only watch them sometimes. I mean, I just come in there and speak, but I don't sit when they're dragging you. I leave right out, sis. I mean, I just only hit the thumbs up. But I support you, Tiff. Just don't speak on them, boo. Just let it go, please, Tiff. Please don't argue. Why are you picking with him, Tiff? Please, no. Like, what? And then here comes Ashley D, right? Peeping the game in the door. Like, wait a minute. Are they telling Tiffany to let it go? Tiffany let it go. But they argue with Tiffany. Tiffany defending herself, and they still telling her to let it go. So I sat back. I peeped game for a while, right? And hey, Ashley, I have never been disrespected to you in chat. No, not you, Mel. No, baby. Let me make it. That's why I said ex-moderators. You hear me? Is Mel still in here? Hold on. You guys, that's why it's titled Ex-Moderators. And thank goodness for my mom, She told me make sure I put ex-moderators. No, anybody who I'm speaking with now who was even an old supporter of Tiff's and is now still one, you know, I'm not talking to you, baby. You know, and maybe I should have said that in the beginning, you know, but no, not you, Mel. You have been nothing but very peaceful and neutral, you know, and I do feel bad for you being even involved in certain situations that you have nothing to do with or out of control, out of your control. Okay. So, hey, Shalom. Hey, Lashina, sis. Hey, Boo. Um, hey, Miss Dee Dee. Hey, Penny. Hey, DL. Michelle J. Benz, baby. My sis Rashida, brown eyes. Love you, Queen. Thank you, Tawana, for the super sticker. Let's show Ashley D some love and get her to her goal. She has 11 more. Hey, exclusive in the building. No, Mel, you good, boo, baby. I apologize for not clearing that up. Now, and Octavia, hey, sis. And Troy Parks. Now, I'm sitting back and I'm not saying anything, you guys, because those are Tiff day ones. And I see them moving bold and reckless. I see them taking advantage of Tiff's heart, her generousness, her kindness, her trusting, the fact that she's a real one and she expects everybody to operate in that same energy. After all, she fought a war with these people. She fought plenty of wars with these people. How could she not think that they wasn't solid? How could she not think that the people she entrusted to run her channel when she was doing her own thing at times would be the very same people to feel some sort of way about something and not come to her about it? After all, they did it so many times in the chat. They would check people in the chat. They would address people in the chat. They would check Tiff sometime in her own chat. Let's be real. If they thought she meant something wrong, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't like no checking in no like G type of way, but they wanted clarity on things a few times. If we're going to be real. And Tiff made sure she provided that for them. Not only as a supportive content creator, but from a friend to a friend, a moderator to a moderator, assist to assist, and so many more things that these people consider themselves to be rocking with Tiff, right? She made sure she provided that comfortableness for these people on numerous occasions, and I saw that myself. I saw that. I saw the love and admiration she had for them. Trust me, she probably wanted to do different in certain things, and she put it aside for these people to keep the peace. She always thought about them first. I know they're tired of fighting. I know they're tired of me going back and forth. I want to defend myself, but I'm going to just let it go. That's what my people said. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, she getting dragged all around the YouTube streets, dragged for filth. Dragged for filth. So how does she, how does a friend of mine go from telling me they're rocking with me, they have my back, they're solid, but the same people that causes me so much pain, and I don't mean in a way that it's outside of YouTube, but I mean far as my channel, far as trying to hurt me, trying to antagonize, trying to sabotage me. The very same people doing all these things to me are the very same people you can support and see some good in. You can sit up with me and have a phone conversation, and all of you know exactly what Tiff been through, what she's been through with these very same people that you support. But yet we want to attach Ashley D name to it, someone that hasn't been around that long, way after you were supporting these people. Let me just attach Ashley D, and Tiff did this for Ashley D. If Tiff did do something in a moment of all of you guys attacking Ashley, right? Because let's be real, it was a attack Ashley show, and it was a get Tiffany new supporters out of here because we don't rock with them. That's what they tried to do. And when Tiffany got some sleep and Tiffany came back and realized what the heck happened, oh, they was upset about that. You see, it's a funny thing that they use that word friend. We were there for this and there for that. Well, a friend supports the change. A friend want to see you grow. A friend want to see your vision. And even if they may not understand it, they respect it and they will support it, right? But the vision for these people that they had for Tiff was two different things. They wanted to control the narrative. They wanted the vision to be as far as it was, with the same people in there, the same things going on. They wanted to be comfortable in Tiff's chat, meanwhile making her uncomfortable in her own chat, just to make them feel good, just to make them feel like they had some sense of control and power in Tiffany's chat. Make it make sense, even around her new supporters. They wanted to flex their power. They wanted the new supporters to know they were in control. They wanted to say, cuss people out and block them and stuff like that. Like, what is this about? If you rocking with Tiff, why do you have to go to this level? And they didn't care about Tiff being comfortable. That's the sad, unfortunate part. I saw this. I saw it. I saw Tiff making sure along the way. The same stuff they tried to pin on me is the same stuff Tiff did with those people. She were explaining all the time. She was trying to let them know she appreciate everything that they do, because she genuinely did. She was trying to bring them with her as she elevated, as she expanded her channel, as she lunged out to meet new people, because that's what we're here for at the end of the day. How are you so caught up in your vision for her channel, so deeply in your mind, till you don't understand what she's trying to say, what she's trying to do? Unless you weren't a friend, unless you had your own reasons behind doing exactly what you were doing. Nobody else was bringing people in Tiff's chat. Nobody was promoting. Nobody was doing anything that was saving supporters. If anything, they were sabotaging Tiffany's brand, sabotaging Tiffany's connections that she were building with people. Genuine connections. Hey, Sean. And they wanted everyone to stop supporting you, Ash. Absolutely. Huh? And that white hamper on the thing. Stick them in there on the floor. I know. I emptied it out. I'm going to fold them. No, they did not want Tiff to have support. Huh? Yep, they folded. Yep. So Ashley D came along the way and she peeped game. And I told Tiff in a loving way. I didn't tell her in a snakish, devious way, like we're going to hear that someone else did. No, I told Tiff in a loving way, Tiff, you have to find a way to talk to your supporters so they can adjust to your change, baby. When you had that roast and you didn't have any sleep, a lot of people in there was feeling some sort of way. The new supporters were feeling like they have to walk on eggshells. And it took Tiff a short amount of time to peep game, to pay attention, to open her eyes to see, because Tiffany vision was something similar to mine, wanting what's best for our supporters, wanting our channel to grow. So that's one of the connections that we genuinely formed with each other. We wanted each other to see the next win because we were down and out for so long. So we were willing to take advice from one another, even constructive criticism. And they didn't understand that. And her ex-supporters would have wanted her to stay where she was because that made them comfortable. That put them in a comfortable situation. So they weren't being called out. Why were you modding for her in the chat while she was talking about me? Why are you still in the chat while she's talking about me? How can you silence Tiffany response but sit and allow the same people that you support to have every right to continue to drag and say and do what they do to Tiff, and you not feel something from it? How could you not feel something from it, friend? All of you. You play too much, Jay. Huh? So, thank you, Sonya's Boo, for the super sticker. Thank you, Mama 3, for the super sticker. Thank you, Rita M, for the super sticker. Happy Saturday to you too, Boo. Thanks to all of you queens. So I'm gonna play something for you guys, okay? And if you remember on Tiffany's panel, this person tried to backpedal, but Tiffany made her stand in it and held her accountable for it. And I was proud of Tiff, you guys, because I know that Tiffany love was genuine for all these people. I know that from a real one to the next, that we sometimes can be very passionate in delivering our message. Sometimes our passion can overtake our delivery. And sometimes when we're on a roll and we're expressing how we feel and people come in that we once had a genuine care for, and we have that opportunity to get that understanding. You know, it's like we put our guard down because we're trying to understand. Like Tiffany really wanted to understand what's up, what's going on. And that person was mainly over there for a purpose and a reason only. She wasn't over there for her understanding, because Tiffany made sure she held her accountable for the phone conversation they had on the back end, where Lolo said that Alexis was the one who was in her ear. One minute she said they wasn't having back end phone conversations, but yet when Tiffany said, well, how is that so? When you told me Alexis is the one that told you that I was doing all of this for Ashley, you know, and she didn't have a choice but to say that. But then she tried to dance around everything else. You know, and the sad, unfortunate part is me and Lolo has never had a personal issue. I don't know that woman. And even out of her disrespecting me, calling me a B, F me, going on different people panel since this has happened and blaming me, before that, I was willing to get to know her due to all the love and admiration that Tiff had for her, the genuine love Tiff had for her. I said, if Tiff loves her like this and rock with her like that, I like Tiffany enough to give her a try, because her excuse for disliking me was due to something that happened with me and another content creator that had nothing to do with her. That was 2 years ago. So she held on to that, and that's why she disliked Ashley D. So she told Tiff she was willing to as well get to know Ashley D for her. try to see what Tiffany saw in me for herself. But it did not get there because she changed her mind and she backpedaled off of what her and Tiffany discussed that day. That's why Ashley D was the way she was in that chat. Ashley D knew she came in there to throw Tiff off because Tiff was trying to get an understanding. Tiff was expressing what she felt. She was on a roll, and she came in there as a dirty decoy to try to take her off her square, to try to disarm Tiffany. So that's why I kept saying what I was saying. I knew she wasn't there for understanding. I just had to find a way to make sure Tiff knew too. Now I'm going to play something that's just going to prove our point as well. And thank you, sis, for the super sticker. Oh, she said, Ashley, that's how the old supporters felt as well, like they was walking on eggshells. Hold on. It was just uncomfortable for some. It was uncomfortable, but we can't change the past. I could understand that. I felt like every time Tiff would confront something, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying with the other people in general, it's like they took it personal. You know, she wanted to change stuff up so the environment wasn't so tight and congested. Because it's like somebody say a word or something, the moderator's like, say it again, we're going to block you. But then they could get upset with a supporter and call them out of their name, and that's supposed to be okay. So then if Tiff says something about it, then they're like, Tiff, I didn't say it like that. You know me. So now they're putting Tiffany in an uncomfortable situation. Like they're literally trying to make her choose between what's right and her past because we have a history. And I saw that done over and over and over again to Tiffany so many times, if I'm going to be real. And I felt like it wasn't fair to Tiff. It wasn't. That was Tiff's channel. And it's like they wanted Tiffany to go above and beyond to constantly prove that the loyalty was there. And I'm like, it is there. We all know it. You guys are modding for her. She show you guys so much love and consideration, even when she's asking you a question, you know, even giving you the benefits of the doubt. Okay, now I'm going to play this real quick, you guys. And let me go ahead and say copyright disclaimer under Section 107 at the Copyrights Act of 1967. Allowances is made for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, reaching scholarships, and educational purposes. So everything I say is allegedly not a guaranteed fact, my own personal opinion and observation. Okay, so this was earlier from one of the sisters. I guess this was her saying that you'll hear for yourself, and then we'll go from there. We do something, but they have fee over there. They accepted Ashley's. Oh Lord, I don't know what that was about. Going on, ain't nobody's other fact. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see what's going on. Ain't nobody sleeping. Ain't nobody dumb. What's up, Ebony? Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Auntie Special K. Hey, man. Hey, Caramel Cutie. Yeah, because I don't even have back-end conversations with Shelly Shell. And to be honest, me and Lola will talk here and there, but you know what I'm saying? It don't be on anything about what Breakroom got going on. I said what I said. HD. When I said what I said about HD, I stand on that shit. I meant that shit. There's no need to clarify anything about that because I said that. I keep my word. I stand on business. When it comes to my words, I mean what I say. I said that. There's not a answer me pussy.
Hey, Michelle. Okay, then. Hey, Pearlies. Hey, Beverly. Hey, Terry.
Okay. So, as you guys heard, she said when it comes to, she didn't have back end conversations with them. And she talked to um Lolo here and there, but she basically felt the need and it was necessary to reach out to Lolo to let Lolo know what was going on, right? The only thing that's wrong with that, right, is Tiffany and Lolo been down with and for each other for quite some time, you see. And the relationship that they had, Ashley D, was someone new and fresh just coming in. And Stevie Wonder saw what happened to Ashley that day of the roast, right? Stevie Wonder saw what they were doing to the supporters as well, right? Once Tiffany found out, it was only right that Tiffany did the right thing, and she did. How could Tiffany just overlook that day like it never happened when I'm a guest in her house? That wasn't the moderator's chat, that was Tiffany chat. And if they were Tiffany's true people, whatever they felt for me or those supporters, they put that shit aside and they mod for Tiffany like they've been doing since day one. And if they had a personal feeling about anything, they deal with that on the back end, right? Before Tiffany started her live, she said, if anyone has a problem with me or Ashley D, they come in here being disrespectful, block them immediately or time them out forever. And by forever, I mean a while. So how did all those other people get in the chat? How were they able to disrespect me if that's the first thing that Tiffany said? Tiffany made that crystal clear before the roast happened, because we knew people were going to flood in there doing that. So it went from the roast, right, to now let's ask Ashley D all these questions why I don't like her. Let's throw the roast off from what it's supposed to be to now we're going to put it off on Ashley D. That was an attack. And how could Tiff not feel bothered by that when this was something me and her decided to do together and it was planned? And Tiff come at my house, Tiff can take off her shoes, Tiff can drop the mic, Tiff can wash her hands, she could leave a cookie on the countertop, come back and get it later, and Tiff may have felt uncomfortable here and there about certain things. She expressed that to me, and it won't happen again. It won't happen again. And that's how building a relationship and communication is supposed to be. And that's how I handle my people, even the ones I'm becoming cool with. I will never have you come to my home and you feel uncomfortable because my moderators don't like you. It's my chat, my channel. And if I'm rocking with you, that's supposed to be put aside. And you're doing a job on the strength of me, not Ashley, on the strength of me. But it didn't happen that way. That night, everyone was allowed to come in there and say how much they despise me. Right? So she thought it would be okay for her to reach out to someone that was considered one of Tiffany day ones and tell them, you feel this is what's going to happen. This is what she's doing. And if you really, really, really knew Tiff and was down for Tiff like that, you could have gave her the benefit of the doubt. And instead of having that conversation, or at least going through with that conversation, you should have pumped the brakes on that immediately. And she should have never, for one, felt comfortable enough to talk to you about your friend and what your friend has going on. That's what a real friend does. A real friend would have never just allowed things to go down like that. She would have been like, you don't know, Tiff, it's not like that. Or she could have heard the conversation out and then discussed it with Tiff instead of just rolling with it like that. Because I didn't see Tiff rolling out any special carpet for me. Me and Tiff was having a good time just getting to know each other. And Tiff was being respectful for me. She was trying to make me feel comfortable. And I think that's in any person you coming over to their house. Why should I feel like I'm walking on eggshells in Tiffany's channel? Due to her moderators not liking me for their own personal reasons when they did not have a beef with me personally. And that's putting Tiffany in an uncomfortable space. Let me slow down. Tiff did the best she could under the circumstances. She sure did. It was a lot to deal with, especially with such confusion and frustration. Absolutely. Let me see. Hey, J Benz. I'm not part of the originals, but I had love for most of them and wish things went differently. Absolutely. Yes, I knew what Tiff was on. Me personally can adapt to change, especially when it comes to platforms and businesses, but we will never be able to satisfy everyone. Yep, it is just unfortunate situation. So, now, after that happened, and after Tiff tried to make it right, okay, on not just my behalf, but her moderators as well, right? I couldn't say, hey, Tiff, even though you told people in the beginning of the live, even though you told your moderators not to let anyone come through disrespecting me, even when I answered a few questions and then I said I was done, and then they kept coming in after that and they still did it. How do I supposed to feel that day? How was our conversation supposed to have went? Me and Tiff. We're getting a feel for each other. We're having fun. We're going from each other's panel to panel. So how would that exchange have went the next time I came over there if we didn't have that uncomfortable conversation? Let's be real. We had to have that conversation. And it wasn't dragging anyone because Tiffany 110% supported and trusted her moderators. Even after that. And she spoke so highly on Lolo still to this day. I'm expressing what I feel and what I saw and what was said and how I was thrown in it for no reason. And I'm expressing how it played out because I was made to be the one that would do the worst and the most. And from what I've seen with these very own brown eyes is that the very same people that went out of their way to try to interfere with me and Tiffany, getting to know each other, becoming friends, are the very same people that did her the worst of the worst. And it can't be because Tiffany expressed what she feels to them. It can't be because this is Tiffany's channel and she wants to expand. And it's okay for them to expand over there with her ops and people she's not cool with. And Tiff doesn't have a problem with that. But on the other hand, when it comes to Tiff with another content creator that she doesn't have a problem with, that didn't have a problem with those people, it's a problem to them. Like, make it make sense. So it's okay for you guys to be in Tiffany Ops chat way before Ashley came in the picture. But it's not okay for Tiffany to socialize and mingle and collab with Ashley D? What? They definitely created a lot of confusion. Was a lot of self-control on so many more levels. It was. Hey, Candy. So now, even after that uncomfortable situation, we both decided to push forward. I felt as though before I came along, before the supporters came along, they been had to find a reason and felt some sort of way about Tip. They just needed the match to be sparked. That's what they needed. Because if I'm dealing with you like that, and we've been through all these different things together, just because someone new comes along, that's not going to make me feel some sort of way about somebody I've been with from day one. So we can't sit up here and say it's the supporters, because way before the supporters came along, they've been dancing with the devil. And Tiff, like she always say, I allow my supporters to support freely who they like. And those people took advantage of that. They took her kindness for granted. They sure in the heck did. They would go over there even at times that Tiff was disrespected. Little disregard for Tiff feelings. Oh, well, I just was in there listening. I didn't hit the laughing emoji, or I just was in there speaking. How can you sit amongst people that are dragging someone that you want to have such high regard for you, choose you over their new supporters, choose you over their growing channel, choose you over a build with another content creator, choose you over someone that is going through the same thing that they're doing to them, choose you over your flaws, your corrections, your mistakes, your errors, and everything. No matter what, choose you. But you can't even choose her. Make it make sense. When have you guys ever chose Tiffany? Because if you did choose Tiffany from day one, you would have wanted what was best for Tiffany. You would have put aside whatever you felt for me. And you would have wanted to see her win. Those people never did anything to you guys. So we narrowed it down. We can't say it's because of no damn bees. We can't say that. Like I said, we have Ashley Chat's swamp crawling ass back on this side after she dragged everybody to filth, right? We got Felipe, fishy smelling ass, back on this side after y'all favorite man, the person in the world, the influencer of a lifetime, after she showed she had little to no disregard to how he fed his kids or survived. You took her in like she was just this best thing ever happened to this side. So we can't say it's because anybody wanted to be a B or was cool with this person or that. No, it's deeper than that. It sounds more personal if we peel the layers back. See, it's all about honesty and clarity. And that's what you will get from me. And if you can't handle honesty or clarity, then you're watching the wrong channel. That's why it was okay for Ashley D to have 5 over here instead of 300 that's listening and only liking the phony, only liking what I'm saying in that moment, because it's what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. That's the difference. hopefully after today, this is done deal. We can all move forward like we thought we were from the beginning. Hey me, I don't understand what happened to being grown women. This is so easy. It's the devil playing games. I wouldn't even entertain it. Let them people be who they are. Life is truly too short. Absolutely. All facts spoken, sis. Hey, Angelita. Preach quality over quantity wins every time. Absolutely. And you guys, listen. This is not taking a step back. You hear Ashley D is not arguing. Ashley D is content, comfortable in this recliner chair. In my favorite position, one of the sisters like to say, in my basement. Who wouldn't like to be in the basement in a dang on recliner chilling with a big screen TV across the whole freaking wall? But anyways, unless y'all like to hear my family talking upstairs. But I'm just stating the facts, you guys. I tried to say it earlier in the chat. I didn't want to be disrespectful or take over because that was Tiff's moment. However, Ashley D was entwined in that moment. Ashley D was summoned up so many times, and out of respect for what me and Tiffany was building, and out of respect for what she had with those people, I never said a thing. You see, everybody wanted to say I couldn't wait to hit the live button, but it's so many times my name was brought up and I turned the other cheek or I ignored it. It's so many times when she called me a B openly on the panel or in the chat when I could have went off and I didn't. I deactivated so many times due to that, due to care. But after today, I will not entertain it and I will no longer stand down. I'm not going to stand down for people that did not treat Tiffany with the same regard that she treated them with the same care that she treated them with the same kid gloves when it came to handling their feelings and their emotions like she did, but they didn't with her. Love you too, TC. They say move must be obedient, but you don't forget the calling, the anointing. They are jealous. It's not your fault because of the favor God has over you. Absolutely. People will always go back to the filth they are accustomed to. Anybody that listens to or in the chat with that evil and toxicity have kindred spirits. Girl, let me go. We ain't the same. Candy, period. And that's why it had to happen the way it did today. And I'm going to be honest. I was so proud of Tiffany, you guys, because everybody knows Tiffany's heart is made of gold. They sent that lady in there purposely. It's so Tiffany been subbed so much by these people. And Tiffany ignored it. She didn't say anything, okay? They've been trying to get Tiffany to come out and tell a story. Mind you, you have a live that's titled with your name in there, right? But when you speak up about it, they telling you to move on, mind your business, shut up. You want attention. You're picking. But the live is titled after me, and you have the golden opportunity to come to my panel, the same panel you decided to come in and ask me to drop the link. I dropped the link. You come up there and you're talking gibberish. You said absolutely nothing. You couldn't stick to your own script. What do we have to talk about later? We don't have to talk about it on the back end, damn it. You brought it to the front end, Lolo. Let's talk about it now. You have a live scheduled in less than what? A couple of hours. What is there to talk about? You had months and months and months on end to address this shit. You've been in the chats agreeing with my ops, talking about me, inserting your opinion. So make it make sense. Now, this is a moment that should be private. Now, my supporters have to mind their business, right? But your supporters that's going to be in the chat, should they mind their business? Or the other supporters over there who's been chiming in? Let's make it make sense. It never will. Thank you. I appreciate it, boo. Keep being your authentic self. Thank you, sis. Some of these people are puppets. Absolutely. Breakroom, remember right before the blessing, the storm. Absolutely. The biggest storm, the biggest blessing. You got this. Yes, she does. That's all day, Lashina. These people came, listen to this, you guys. These people came in that chat that night and they were trying their hardest to lure Tiffany away. They even forgot they was dragging Tiffany, and they said, "Oh well, come on, Tiffany, don't be cool with Ashley. No, this is not what you want." They wanted us to be so alone and isolated. It wasn't even funny. They got their rocks off, sitting back laughing at we are arguing, defending ourselves, and we only have a few people over here. Meanwhile, they can entice, they can provoke, they can have hundreds of people in the chat cheering them on while they drag us. But for some kind of way, some reason, we're the villain. Some reason, we're the bad guy. Some reason, Tiffany finally defending herself and deciding not to walk away, like those very same people that support her ops while dragging her, telling her to leave it alone, Tiff. Don't respond. Let it go. But it's okay for your ops to respond. And I approve the message. What? Hey, Teresa, sis. Hey, 12K. I'll be in Dallas in June for a week. That's going to be fun. Man, how do they look at themselves knowing they folded and don't have no backbone? And you know what? They make a fool of themselves every time. She had nothing to say in Tiffany chat. She wanted Tiffany to leave it alone. She tried to change the subject to throw it off. But when she went back to Alexis chat, she had stuff to say in her comment section. But she couldn't keep that energy in Tiff chat. And she knew she was so fake and shady from what she did to Tiff. She knew she didn't have a solid, straight answer to give Tiff. She knew it was baloney saying that the issue was me or you guys, right? So what did she do? Deflect, start fighting with the poor supporters. F y'all, mind y'all business. No, baby, this is everybody's business. You brought this crap to the internet. You put it in a live, and Tiffany decided to address it. This is Tiffany's chat. This is not your show. This is the Tiffany show for the moment. We are entertaining her. She is entertaining us. If Tiffany's not saying anyone mind their business, why should you be able to say that? Who are you? You do not no longer hold that position over here any longer. Sorry. Go back over there to the rest of the people. Go back, start in the chat where you belong and start freaking repeating after your leaders, because that's all it is. So besides that, we're going to play another clip of something else that was said.
Need to clarify anything about that, because I said that. I keep my word. I stand on business. When it comes to my words, I mean what I say. I said that. There's not a answer me pussy. Hey, Michelle. Okay then. Hey Pearlies. Hey Beverly. Hey Terry. At all. So where I'm confused at how did this become a thing that me and Amber tried to get y'all to do it, and then I see people in the chat, see, messy ass, slow fee, talking about they be on the back end having conversations. No, the fuck we don't. That's what you think. Everybody has back end conversations. No. When I reached out to Lolo, I was telling Lolo, don't come in my live because I'm about to drag this bitch today. Out of respect of her friendship with you. But you couldn't even give her enough respect to apologize to her. You thought it was so much for you to apologize to them bitches in your chat that weren't fucking with you when they were over there and you were calling yourself beefing with Nathaniel, right? We're not going to call them bees no more because they're definitely not that. They are now Nathaniels. That's what we're going to call them because they support Nathaniel.
So let me get this straight. Even if Tiff fell out with Lolo, right? Let me make this make sense. If I fall out with any of you, I'm not going to get cool with your ops. I'm not going to go to the other side and be best friends and become bosom buddies because I disagree with you in a moment and erase everything you've been through. Everything I saw you go through now, that's water under the bridge because you hurt my feelings. What did she seem to owe Lolo an apology for? Because the way I see it, anybody that comes from over there, back over here, they owe Tiffany an apology. And if you're in my chat and you're rocking with me and you drag me to filth for no reason or under the expenses of these people that you support, then you owe me one too. Period. Because I've done nothing to anyone that hasn't done something to me, whether it was defending myself, fighting back, or being on bullshit time to time like everybody else. But 90% of the time, it was me defending myself. But you said you reached out to Lolo. That right there is a red flag. Nobody that's an enemy of mine would be able to have any type of direct connect with somebody that I'm not rocking with that despises me. Right there, you should have never been able to have that connection right away with somebody that considered themselves a day one friend of Tip. So it's that easy for you to come along, the op, and say, hey, even though I don't like Tiffany, I despise Tiffany, I don't care for Tiffany, watch your back. And what am I watching my back for? The new person that she's collaborating with, that she hasn't had a back end with yet, that she hasn't had a history with yet, she's about to flip on you for that person, even though she's never flipped on you for anyone. She's never showed you a sign that she was a snake, but she might just do it now, right? How can anybody get that comfortable talking to my friend like that? But hey, I guess everybody is different, you know? I'm cut from a whole different cloth. Let's continue.
So let's keep it real. Them are not Rihanna supporters. Them are Nathaniel supporters. So we can hang up the bees shit. Let's start off there first. Hey, Rua. Hey, Robin Buttercup. Hey, Pearlies. Let me see. Hey, Godchild D. Yeah. I gave you a heads up on when I was going to talk about her. Now, did I mention anything about that other one?
And then one more thing. She told you I'm getting ready to drag this beat. So that's what we doing now. So it's okay for her to feel comfortable to call you someone you consider a day one near and dear friend, for her to speak with such little to no disregard in the relationship you have allegedly with Tip. She felt comfortable enough to say, hey, don't come in my chat today. I'm getting ready to drag this bitch. How did you respond to that, Lolo? How did you respond to your newfound friend, someone you don't have a back end with, you don't have a history with, having the nerve and the audacity to tell you, to look out for you, to tell you, don't be in my chat. I'm getting ready to drag your day one. Let's make that shit make sense. Let's start right there in the beginning of that conversation. How did that go? We don't know how it went, but we damn sure knows how it ended. And how it ended is you guys still became cool. And you stopped talking to Tiffany, your day one. So where in the midst of this does Tiffany owe you a damn an apology? Or she owes you any regard to your feelings?
Because I seen the move, I seen the play. This girl is your downfall. That's what I was letting you. I was coming from a concerning part of me. It wasn't because I was trying to cause division between you or any of your minds. I was coming out of concern because me and you had just got on that panel that morning and supposed to squash it out. And then all of a sudden, after you get done, this bitch get done crying and shit on her live. Hold on, Kevin. Hold on. You feel me? She gets to crying. Now all of a sudden, we all tried to do this to break y'all up like y'all go together or something. Bitch, y'all, we not in high school. We not. People need to start taking accountability of what you did. You lost your day ones because of your disloyalty. You allow them same people in your chat now to disrespect your day.
So answer this question. Who downfall was I on YouTube? I'll wait. Who downfall was I on YouTube? And I'm glad I gave you guys that little bit of experience of me being a human and vulnerable in that moment. And I don't take that back. You can write that down, take a picture. I don't give a you know what. And I don't regret having that moment. Because I was there for Kevin when none of you weak, whack, lame, you know what's were. Fighting for him, his wives, his family, his brother, his sisters, and so on for almost 2 years. So I felt a little emotional in that moment because just like Lolo and the rest of you, he felt brainwashed. He allowed you guys to come in, pretend to support. He bit the apple, he tasted the fruit, and he fell for it, right? So in that very moment, the build that I thought I was building with someone that was genuine, the time that I wasted when I had a growing channel that has now shriveled to shit, that is just slowly picking up now, that has been put aside for me arguing with people that I would have never knew if I would have never been fighting for this damn family, right? In that very moment, I realized that Kevin was not who I thought he fucking was, and I became emotional. Whoop-de-whoop. Have I been emotional since? No. So be happy you do have that one in a lifetime experience moment with Ashley D being vulnerable, being a real one, something you know nothing about. But you do not have me calling the police, crying about a person bothering me on YouTube. I'm being doxxed. You won't get that. Right? But we got that with you. We got that with your sister crying over Ebony. We got so many vulnerable moments of all of you showing your weak and vulnerable side about absolutely nothing.
That's a fact. You allowed them to do that. Thank you, Kristen, for the new membership. But hey, Troy. So I just want to know how you and Amber had anything to do with this. She said they wanted her to continue to sit with 20 people in her life. So basically, it was done for clout. Basically, that's what she said. So she really don't like none of y'all that's there now. That's just what I got out of it. She only partook in y'all or accepted y'all and accepted what y'all was doing. One, because she needed the support. Because nobody was supporting her. But Breakroom, I want you to stop with that fucking narrative that somebody came after.
Thank you, Mama 3. Thank you. Wait, I think Sonya. Thank you, Lashina sis, for the super sticker. Let me see. Wait, I think I'm falling. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to catch up on the computer. All facts spoken, sis. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, TC. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Thank you, Anjanita. This was a calculated distraction. Woo! The sisters got into a heated argument yesterday on Amberger's Live because Alexis Berger cursed out one of Amberger's supporters who had a membership. Boom. Absolutely. Yep. The lady wanted to know why Amberger wanted to get a clip of Miss Amora crying in her moment of sympathy from the loss of Lady in the sisterhood. Boom. Hey, Yolanda. Don't fall for the bait. They just had to get y'all talking about something to keep anyone from discussing that huge blowout. I'm just saying. What? Don't worry. That's going to be discussed. Ain't nobody cause to hit me up and tell me they about to drag my bestie. Ain't no MFing way. Period. This is hard but needed. I know too. She spews hate. She doesn't need a channel. Girl, she be loud and wrong. She be loud and wrong so much, Tiff. It's not even funny. Disloyal for choosing to grow. Yes, exactly. They choose not to grow with me. How is that I'm being my disloyalty? Alexis, y'all wanted me to stay with no supporters and mad because I grew like a successful page should. Absolutely, too. Okay, and this is the next. Hold on.
Your day one, she don't happen to be there. But as far as open book go, she's gonna explain on Lolo's Live what really happened, y'all. I can't speak for that because I don't know, but I do support open book when she is live. That's one thing I will say. Where is the horse that galloped on YouTube streets? Has she ever supported open book? She supported open book when she was openly helping her beef with us. When she, you know what I'm saying? When it was a beef between all of us, she was supporting her then. But she don't support her now. What happened? I'm gonna break down how Breakroom is and versus me. So, she had Lolo. Let me tell you who she had all up under her. She had Lolo. I'm not gonna really count Open Book because Open Book had her channel and it was pretty much taken off. So she had Lolo and she had Miss Fee. She had Lolo and she had Shelly Shell, I think. And Truth in the City. Girl, D, don't you get Lexus no more. Girl, don't be no hater, but yeah. No, I ain't being no hater. I don't want she got kids. Yeah, okay, one more time for her. Don't do that no more. Fuck y'all too. And I said, what I said, I'm done. And Sabrina said, now, Lexus, I approve God's channel message. Thank you, Sabrina. Y'all play so much. Think about what Breakroom got going on. I said what I said. And she did other fact that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see what's going on. Ain't nobody sleeping. Ain't nobody dumb. What's up, Ebony? Hey, Rebecca.
And then Lolo even entered that chat in agreements with what she was saying, acting as though it was some type of play. But Lolo had little to nothing to say when she was in Chiff chat, when Chiff was telling her to get it off her chest, right? If you was bothered about something that was so devastating, so heartfelt and emotional, and you just had all this true anger and frustration bottled up towards Tiff because she chose wrong. And you had this moment to do it. Because what did she say? They wanted to go live to say what happened and express what felt. That would have might have made a little sense if it was 6 months ago, right? Around the time it happened. It's just so odd and coincidental. All of a sudden, when Amber's been summoning up like she always does, hey, why don't you speak on Tiff? Why you no longer have your day ones? What happened between your relationship with your day ones? Now, spontaneously, out of nowhere, the quiet Lolo, who's been in support in their chats frequently, all of a sudden decides to schedule a live to address what has happened between her and Tiff. Now that it has happened so long ago. Like, let's make it make sense. How do they know Tiff? They don't talk to them. Messy, messy, messy. Tiff, they know we are real supporters. Two big hog sisters, always in something. Can we please get more super chats? Yes, that would be greatly appreciated. I hate when they trying to call Amora out her name. You guys, this is the thing, okay? Me and Tiffany was over here fighting our own fight for so long. You know, we was doing our own thing. I was doing my own thing. And it seems like everyone was so bothered when we decided to come together. They claimed they wasn't bothered. But if you guys would have saw how they bum rushed Tiffany's chat with all this fake love and support, you know, and then it's just coincidental. All of a sudden, this live wants to be done. So it's the live directed at Tiff, or it's the live so we won't point out what happened yesterday. Because I'm going to speak on what happened yesterday too, and we're going to make it make sense. Okay? If you do not know what happened yesterday, because one of the sisters loves to point out and call out when we lose a supporter, when someone is no longer frequenting our chat, our channel, and we don't make it a big deal because, you know, you have a season and a time for everything. Sometimes it's your season with that person, and sometimes it's your time to go. And you don't have to fall out in beef. That's why a lot of times I'm not a confrontational person. I don't care to bring back end stuff to YouTube, or even YouTube fall out to the front end. I've done that before, and I regretted the way I handled it. And I wish that I could have done certain things differently, but it is what it is. And I've tried to learn from that mistake. But when you have people out here that wants to make something out of nothing, that wants you to be held accountable for the littlest to none mistake in their eyes that they think you are making, right? Meanwhile, people can throw dirt in your face, bloody your nose, black your eye, do the most on YouTube, and it just be looked over, right? I met a beautiful person with the most youngest, happiest spirit at one of the most devastating moments in my life on YouTube. I was speaking on my sister, and at this time, I was cool with another content creator. She was up there in support of me, and I was just speaking on the experience that I went through with RH supporters over here. The very same RH supporters that has had none to little disregard for the deceased, right? I was expressing how when I came to YouTube, how I was being trolled by people constantly, as well as the same very people that disregarded what was taking place a few days ago when acknowledging Miss Lady, who has been a strong strong, beautiful support system to this side, as well as here and there to RA side, right? At one point of time, when I was expressing how hurt I was in the way I was treated when it came to my sister and how I was trolled, I choked up and I became a little emotional. I wasn't crying, but I was emotional, right? Because at one point or another, everybody knows that used to pull my string. The only way you could get Ashley D out of character was her sister. By the grace of God, that can no longer happen when they speak down. Now, if it's vivid memories or something like that, then Ashley D can become emotional. But if it's someone that's dragging my sister, they cannot have that, because my sister is resting peacefully with our Father above. And there's no better place to be than with our Heavenly Father. So I was not cool with Amora, any supporters, or anyone at that time. But she was in my bushes, just like we all know. Miss Lady stayed in the bushes, boy. I will never forget, you guys. Miss Lady, she will get in the bushes. She would memorize everything that was said, or just about, because she was saying wrong sometimes. And she would go back and tell Amora. Amora be like, what happened, Miss Lady? She be like, girl, because such and such and such and such. And I was like, oh, she get on my nerves. But at this very moment, we put aside what we felt morally about one another. It wasn't an RA side, and it wasn't a Bree side. It was the human side. The very same side we all connected on together, right? What brought us all here was that emotion, that empathy, us feeling for other people outside of us, and us wanting to support and be there for them and stand and let them know they wasn't alone, whether it was Brianna or Robert. We all did that. So shout out to all of us for standing in the line for what we thought was right. Even if those circumstances did not work out in our favor or their favor, we still morally did what we thought we should have did. Right? So it doesn't go in vain. Now, she came out the bushes and she said, Ashley D, you know, I'm a Brianna supporter, but I've been in your bushes and I had to fall out. I just want to tell you, I am so sorry that they have done this to you. But they have been trolling me with my deceased mother picture on her profile picture for the past few days. And I said, what? She said, yes. They have been trolling me with my deceased mother picture for the past few days. When she said that to me, I felt so bad for her. And she came in, and I think we even eventually said a prayer for each other. But we didn't care about Robert. We didn't care about Brianna. We cared about that moment that we both felt, and we both knows how it feels to deal with a great loss. And we both went through the same thing with the exact very same people when it came to disrespecting little to no regard to the deceased life. Right? So after that moment, we kind of, you know, she would fall out the bushes when I spoke on certain things that had nothing to do with RH or Brianna related. It was kind of like she was trying to show support, you know, and then I kind of started falling out Amora's bushes a little bit here and there. And the rest is history. But just getting to know her and everything she's been through, you know, and she was so young. You know, she was a wonderful mom. She was a wonderful supporter. She had her little accent. She expressed how she felt. She didn't hold back. You know, she had her faults. She had times to where she had to be corrected. But overall, she had the most biggest heart. And she was so happy when everyone gotten together and was letting bygones be bygones. It was like she was at a seafood buffet. She was going from one live to the next live to the next live, laughing and supporting. She was happy. She was happy that everyone was able to put aside their differences and move forward. And she celebrated that moment, and it didn't go in vain. She was so grateful for that. Can you guys hear me now? Press 1, please. Hey, Jess. Okay, I'm just making sure. So to see, or better yet, to hear that Lady Love, I say Lady Love, Miss Lady's life was discarded and chumped up into more so proving that Amora can cry or Amora has emotions. I don't even know what that was about. But to have people sit on a panel and try to explain, dismiss it, pacify it is BS. Her life meant more than that. And for you to say you had a genuine connection with her and she even modded for your sister for a while and she would come in your chat, why didn't you put some time aside to celebrate her? Why didn't you put a few minutes aside to acknowledge her? In that moment, you decided to get messy. You decided to, instead of you, but you felt so comfortable with your messiness. You let it bleed over and you didn't think it'd be a big deal. You went so deep in the mud to where you said, hey, to any one of your minions out there, if you guys record this, if you record Amora crying, please hurry up and send it over to me. And you had to let them know right away because you didn't want it to go too far, right? If you cared about honoring that beautiful life, whatever you was thinking that was evil, malicious in that moment, it wouldn't have mattered. You would have been speaking on her the way she should have been spoken on and honoring those moments that you guys share with her. The only time you spoke and you honored her, or should not even honor, but you spoke of her, you tried to put it off as though you guys had a coolness with her. You still didn't acknowledge her, but you acknowledged her enough to cover yourself. You acknowledged her enough to say we were okay. So if you guys were okay, do you think that someone you was okay with in that moment, we see Amora showed tears, Amora showed care, hurt, consideration, right? Because that's what normal people do when they care about someone. What did you do in that moment to that same person you claim you had care and consideration for? You decided to use that moment to turn it into a vengeful, messy moment, right? You decided to allow your messiness, you seeking revenge on Amora, to pour over so much so to the point you wanted to record it. Like, how low to hell does this person need to go for people to wake up? For people to wake up and see this is just who she is. This is just who they are. I'm going to try to find the clip of what a supporter said. And best believe that supporter was jumped for standing their ground, for expressing what they felt. A supporter that had a membership, a subscription to you. And you've gotten so comfortable with your messy and your cockiness, even at the moment, a moment of grace, a moment of clarity, because everybody in that moment should have wanted clarity to see if it was true, should have put their guards down and expressed how they might have thought her kids felt, her family felt, or what could have possibly happened to her being so young. That's what we all should have wanted clarity in that moment, or even thought about what Amora said. Because I've been thinking about it for the past few weeks. I'm not going back and forth with these people. That's why I'm able to come out here and tell the truth with no pain, no guilt, no hurt, no anything. It is just what it is, okay? And for them to be okay with how she delivered that, and for people to try to cover it up. Well, Amora has recorded and laughed at her crying. Amora may have played that one time. It's her best friend over there, her newfound bosom buddy, that will go live and play her crying. Yes, I have. But where did I get that from? Her newfound bestie over there, her fishy fillet over there, is the one that would play the audio of her crying over and over again. But no one is going to say that. We're going to just put that on Amora, right? Just like we put everything else on her, hell. But yet everybody wants to bring up accountability and how everybody should have it. But nobody wants to take responsibility for it when they're in the hot seat. Hey, J. Lou, I see you, sis. Let me see. Had they really cared about Miss Lady, they would have been able to laugh at Amora's pain. They wouldn't have been able to laugh at Amora's pain because Miss Lady truly cared about Amora. Our side came together for the family. Why didn't they do the same? Period. Help you meet your goal. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Yay, goal met. Awesome. Thank you, Saya, too, for the super sticker, boo. Who went live while Amora was crying? Who made fun of someone's death? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, and Mirror said, let me pin this. Mirror said, it's the human nature to have pure feelings, a soul, and true support for those dealing with things. People come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Absolutely. That is beautiful. Damn, Tiff and Ash, y'all chats get watched better than a damn Ring camera. Truth. Oh my gosh, how I miss you. Hey, Truth in the City, beautiful. How are you? Sorry, Ash, I've been listening and cleaning and to dry my hands to comment. Hey, Michelle, I understand. Hey, my sis vet in the building. It's okay, sis. I got some cleaning to do tomorrow. Thanks, everyone, for showing me love today. I'm going to go and see if I can find where the supporter, let me see. What happened in that moment? Okay. I'm just strolling through, you guys. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to find it, you guys. It's really sad, but I'm not going to let this go in vain. I'm having fun roasting Terry, Big Funky as Ashley D. Drop your page in the chat, J Bands. If y'all want to laugh, come on in the room. Yep, drop your name to your funny page in the chat, Jay, while I stroll through and find these comments. Okay, here it is. Amber's followers calling her out. So Cynthia said, I'm literally your supporter and you telling me to go over there. That's how you talk to your supporter. And then she says, instead of you acknowledging the dead, you did ask for the timestamp of where Amora was crying. And this person is a true supporter. They have a green, might I add, a green membership. So that's for a couple of months. And it says, instead of you acknowledging the dead, you did ask for a timestamp of where Amora was crying. You seem like that was more important. You lost me as a follower. Why is it when you get super chats? And then Special K said, Cynthia, I'm not understanding what exactly you are asking Amber. I'm asking for clarity. That's all. And Cynthia said, Alexis' mouth makes you lose supporters. You can't do that on her panel. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's really sad. We have to do better. We have to do better, you guys. It's really sad that we found out about Miss Lady when we did. But maybe her family was going to do something private for her. And God does things for a reason. Miss Lady was such a happy, vibrant spirit. And I don't think she wanted any more stress on us than what she felt we were going through in that moment, with Amora going through court, Amora being picked on, supporters being trolled. She would have wanted everyone to remember her for the beautiful, vibrant light that she was and what she brought to each and every one of us in such short time. So I think she wants that part of her to be remembered more than the life that is lost. The beautiful life that was here is way more important. Thank you, Miss Dawson. I told Terry to get Robert out his mouth yesterday. Always comment under something with his window licking ass. Hey, Truth in the City. Sis, if you want to come up, you said you out. If anyone would like to come up, I know you can't now, but you always have some very encouraging words and uplifting. And please make sure, you guys, if you're not a member, you become a member of the family. I am going to start doing private lives. I only did this publicly. And I'm just being real because, a few of my people that are my people don't have their memberships yet. But when I express this, I'm trying to make YouTube great again. And until we get there, I want my channel to be a safe space for everyone. And I want everyone to be able to come and express how they feel without it being time-stamped, laughed at, dissected, put into a live streamed and made fun of and mocked. No. So that's why I would encourage people to get their memberships, okay? Because when we have these moments, they will be done privately for a while. And also, I'll be sharing private content, little funny family moments that I will not be sharing publicly. So if you can't get it today, just make sure you get it when you can. It is greatly appreciated. Let me see. She is so beautiful and a good spirit, will be missed. She definitely will be missed. Absolutely. Let me see. I know Latanya, but if she was out here, she would want to come up. I'm going to see where Tiff is. Let me see. Bae! Yeah, I'm so ghetto. When it comes to that. Let me see. Hey, what are you doing? Oh. You on your way home? Hey, you don't think I need another can of tomato sauce, babe? That's only one. You always say that, baby.
I mean, I never seen nobody use that much. Like you drown it out. Like you don't supposed to have it. Like you make it trying to make too much. Let me say that maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're trying to make too much spaghetti. You need to learn how to make a smaller portion.
Okay, love you.
Right, like,
Bye.
yeah.
Did y'all hear that? You making too much. Okay, now you guys, I'm about to play the argument that you guys should hear. Okay? Okay, Jay. See, I'll be sharing little funny moments like that, you guys, on the back end. If you heard my man telling me I use too much sauce, he should have never tried me. Oh, Lord, Jay. That's going to be funny. You didn't drop your page in the chat. Drop your page. You guys, I'm about to make some spaghetti. Gotta chop up some fresh peppers. You said I dropped it. Oh, you dropped it, boo? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, you guys, we about to play in a few seconds, but I want to say this, it will not be a back and forth. I just don't feel like it's right for them to try to jump on Tiffany. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay, here it goes.
Lexus, I'm gonna put you down.
Okay, hold on.
I don't give a what. You hold on, let her. I don't give a what. You hold on, let her. The fuck? Lexus, I'm gonna put you down. Please be down. Fuck that. You respond too quick. You cannot go around. It's like if you had your business. You can't tell them people, oh, fuck you, I don't need you, I'll get more. You won't have no supporters. Or you won't have no customers. Amber. Hold on. Because I'm a bit confused. She came in here stating what you did, right? That wasn't Alexis, I don't care. I don't take that shit to heart. If she wanted to leave and be a supporter, not be a supporter of I'm gonna have to put you down because you won't let me talk. You messed the whole line up by just doing all this. This ain't even what it was for.
And all sisters have an argument. I don't even have to focus on that part, even though that's what she tried to drag me about. I will say this. That goes to show even the minions over there just how they feel about their supporters. They're just another number. They're just another click, a view, a like, a share, a membership. What this lady feels, just like what you guys feel, I value that. And it should be clarified in that moment. If you feel like I was showing none to little disregard to a serious situation, I owe you the respect and consideration of your feelings. You spending your money on me. You don't owe me anything. And for them to act as though whatever, I just think that's crazy. And it's not fair, and it's not cool, and it's not right. And that's why even listening to that, it was very disrespectful. How could they disrespect what a supporter feels in that moment, the same people that's supporting you? But those are what the RA supporters think is okay, is acceptable. They can do those type of foolish things on the front end, and everyone else turns the blind eye. Her sister was, just like always, sticking up for her, and she was letting her know, hey, I don't care. I'm not tripping on that. Kind of, it could have been that, she's a supporter. That's what she should have said. She's a supporter. She subscribed to me. She's actually a paid supporter, a member supporter, Alexis. That's not how we treat our people. But she just blew it off like it doesn't matter. I don't care. Oh, well. Did you guys not mention my name today, Amber? Did Amber and Alexis not mention my name today? I did not call them out of their name today. I did not call them overweight. But did they not mention my name today? Amber mentioned my name under a post. Her supporters did. And Alexis mentioned my name as well. And she said she don't care. She'll stand on it. So who fell back into something? Who spoke on who first? I was mentioned first by you guys. So who initially started this and who has the true problem? And why in the first place would you guys even been bothered by me and Tiffany's relationship? Or even if you wasn't cool with Lolo, why did you care enough to be invested in what you thought Tiffany was going to do to her? Like, that's a little bit too invested. That's overly invested, if you ask me. That's caring a little too much when you have your own supporters, your own friends, your own people you're dealing with to worry about. Why worry about Tiffany's? Let's make it make sense. Yes, it's okay for you to have an opinion. It's not bashing just an opinion. Absolutely, brown eyes. And that's all I've been doing. I didn't bash them. I didn't say anything bad. But what she said about me on March 19th, AD came on the internet ready to move on and put things behind us. She asked me not to speak on her. And guess what, Amber? After today, I'm not speaking on you. But you guys brought me into this situation. I had nothing to do with this. Was my name not mentioned today by your sister as well as you? I didn't fall back into any old habits because I didn't drag you. I didn't degrade you. I'm only speaking facts and the truth over here. So when anyone mentions my name from this point on, it will only be facts and truth I speak. Now, if you don't want me to speak facts or truth, leave me alone. Leave me out of it. Leave me be. And we both can continue going on our way. But I was dragged into this. My name was. So if I'm being called a fake, I can't be trusted, made fun of what I experienced with Kevin, why shouldn't I have the right or the liberty to come online and defend my character and explain from my perspective and my side? I piped down from Lolo due to the respect and care Tiffany had for her. Even when she didn't show the same for Tiffany, even when she didn't deserve it. What did I do? I didn't respond. So we have to be fair, Em. But I want to say this, you guys. I'm not going to keep you long. J-Bass, oh wow, not him, for real. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me and to hear me out. I've been tired a lot lately, you guys. I don't know why. But I should be back tomorrow morning. It's a few things that I did want to speak on. I have it titled in the live. So we will continue to push forward, you guys. Troy E. Parks, and I love you back, sis. Thank you for being you. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. I don't know if we have, I know Morris live right now, you guys. I'm going to listen to her while I fix dinner. I think Miss Fee was having game night tonight. I'm not quite sure if Jay, while you're in here, did she put up, let me see if she put it up. or if she was going to do it tomorrow. Let me see. Live. Okay, so she didn't put it up yet, you guys. I'll share the post if she has it. I mean, if she does decide to do it today, or she might just go with it tomorrow. But I'll see you guys around in the chat. Ashley doing Kevin Snakes. Ashley, dang, Kevin Snakes, you too. I'm gonna be honest. I feel that way to a certain extent. I just feel like Kevin, I don't want to say he chose a side, but he turned an eye to a lot of stuff that was taking place with me. I love you, 12K. He turned the eye to a lot of stuff just like LaTruth did. I felt like he should have spoke up about a few things, you know, especially with someone that truly had your back. And then when he said, I didn't really fight for him, or I didn't too much do anything, it's like, dang, bro, I didn't break the boring stuff down like everybody else did, but what I did made a difference. What I did, I got strikes for it. You heard Neo say that. You know, so it's just a slap in the face when you go above and beyond and you dedicate your time, your energy, you know, into being a friend to people. And in that moment of disagreeing, or, you know, not speaking, you decide to say that I really too much didn't do anything, or I didn't make a difference. And it could have came out of hurt. It could have came from, hey, Ashley, drop you blink. What? We're going to drop the link for Tiff before we get out of here. But that's what I feel about that, you know. But, you know, to be honest, I am past that part, even that chapter. So when they try to make fun of that, I don't care. You know, that video is still up and it still is public. So if they want to play the soundbite to it, they can have at it. It is what it is. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed or anything. You know, a lot of people on that side have a lot more that they should be ashamed about. Is your son all set? Yes. Well, a little bit, sis. He picked the suit out. Now we just got to get the extra stuff put on there that he wants to match his date. Hey, sis. Good evening, beautiful. How you doing, Queen?
Hey Ash, how are you?
I'm okay, sis. I'm
That's good. That's good. I had stepped out for about 10 minutes to go make me one of your favorite meals, a little taco. Um, and I don't know where you was right now in your show, and I didn't want to interrupt or take you back and forward or whatever. But I did want to come up here and sorry, chat. Love you guys so much. God bless each and every one of y'all. And like, share, subscribe, and bless Sister Ashley. Shut up.
oh, they,
Listen, Linda. Thank you wholeheartedly, Ashley. This live has been so refreshing. Earlier was very hard for me. It was very draining for me. And like I thank the other sisters, I want to really thank you for recognizing everything that had went on, how it went on, and that you told no lies up here, and you didn't have to take the time out to bring any light to this situation, but you did. I wholeheartedly thank you for that. Many people thought we were going to be some type of omen on each other, and it turns out you have been a wonderful, wonderful friend. You've truly been a wonderful friend, and you've truly stood in a gap for me, Ash. And
wow.
I listen, I love you so much, and I thank you so much for being who you are, standing on business for me, and I don't know how to thank you for real for being such a good friend and a friend they didn't want me to have. Thank you so much, sis.
Oh, Tiffany, you are truly welcome. Don't make me
That's
sensitive.
girl. I'm teary eyed a little bit right now because I really do mean it so much. You are really wonderful. And I didn't even know you was doing this or whatever in this type of way. I didn't know. And just to
Yeah.
hear you break it down so truthfully, it meant a lot to me. So seriously, I'm giving you a big cyber hug right now, and hope you know you really mean a lot to me. And thank you so much.
Oh, you mean a lot to me too, Tiff. You know,
I
and
know.
getting to know you is to love you. And it's just, I sat back and I watched this person, you know, that has so many great qualities have her day ones, and it meant so much to you for them to feel just as special. You know, you trusted them and you allowed them to take the lead with a lot of situations because you guys overcame so much together. And just to sit back and see, you know, you being pulled like tug of war, you trying your best to accommodate them. Meanwhile, you know, they not understanding it. Growing change is for the good. You know, you're trying to grow, you're trying to expand your channel, and you want them to go there with you. And it's not about, you know, building, taking away from the friendships that you already have. It's about building new connections, you know, and everyone
Absolutely.
together. And just to see you go through that, and even now, that kind of be the center point of what people are trying to say. And it happened months ago. And I was proud of you, Tiff, because I know how they try to blindside you or sidetrack you, you know, love bomb you or whatever. When she came in there, I'm like, oh man, you know. And then when she came up there and you like, no, you directed it back to where it was. I was proud because I just knew. I'm like, she's trying to take it off of that, you know, and she couldn't. I don't get why she even doing a live when she had a chance to address it to you. That's what let me know people just seeking attention or some type of validation, or they're trying to please someone. Because if I had an issue with you and I say drop the link and you're giving me a chance to speak on it, what, you know, even if she wanted to do a part two on her live, for her to say I talked to you on the back end about it, and then get mad at the supporters because they're expressing what they feel, you brought it to the front end. You titled the live. So it's no reason for a back end right now. Let's lay this shit on the floor.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
what you came to do, you know, and you stood your ground. And I was proud. I'm like, Tiffany, you know, Tiffany mean what she say. She's not allowing these people to hurt her. You know, it's hard to
Mhm.
let go of people you've been through so much with, you know, but you see who's truly here for you to, and who's
I
gonna
say it
stand.
makes it a little easier to let go when you see how quickly people can let you go.
That's deep.
You know?
Absolutely.
So I thank all y'all down there and up here, and for not letting me go. And yeah, I don't want to interrupt your show at Ashley,
You didn't
because I
interrupt
know
nothing. To be honest, Ashley was just getting ready to get off, sis. So I mind if you
oh,
had to say something or whatever you was, you know, it's all
well,
right.
that's what I wanted to just tell you is you we linked up, you know, circa December or something like that, in the November, December, whatever. And I never thought this crazy dynamic duo would be out here duoing. But
Right.
um I wouldn't have I wouldn't have traded in for nothing in the world. Couldn't have picked a better person to do this thing with me. You know what I'm saying? And you did it with me, and I did that with you, and we up. You know what I'm saying? We on the other side of things. And though today was hard because my heart was in it. This was a little different. I promise you this was not an easy day right here. Having to
Absolutely.
rehash it, rethink about it, relive it. It wasn't easy, Ash. But having a crew like y'all it makes it so much sweeter. It makes it worth everything I've been through to get where I am right now. You guys were worth it. Ashley, you were worth it. Thank you so much. I really, really love you. I can't tell you that enough. I
I love you
appreciate
too.
the friend you have been to me. I appreciate the friend you've been to me.
Oh, thank you, Tiff. Likewise, baby. And this is only the beginning for you. You know, God has favor and he
The
has
beginning for us, baby. It's the
yes,
beginning for us.
I'm speaking on Tiff the gift right now. You know, it's just opening a door up for you and watch your blessings flow abundantly. Sometimes God has to move things out of the way and we might not understand or it might not make sense to us in that moment. Like whether or not they walk away, that was God's will. You know, sometimes we're not strong enough in that moment or we're not trying to understand in that moment what he's trying to show us. So when people leave, and I know for a fact I was solid with them and I didn't do anything wrong that caused all of this confusion or we couldn't have discussed it. And I'm like, okay, that was God. You know, anybody that's willing to walk away from me and, you know, not look back or feel as though it was worth discussing, worth talking about or trying to fix, then you're not for me. You're not Team Ashley. You know, I can't cry with spoiled milk. I have to keep living. I have so many things that have happened in my life that I'm still healing and dealing from. So to add on to someone confused about who I've shown them, and I've shown you the best version of myself,
You
you know, the
have.
best I can be. And if you can't understand that or you don't think it's good enough, then not you, just in general. I'm
I know
just,
what you mean. Hey, Jared.
yeah, hey, bro. Then it's a wrap. I'm okay with your decision. I just hope down the line you're okay with your decision. Because once that door closed, a padlock is going up there. It ain't no coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you having
Absolutely.
fun, Jerry. He out of town living his best freaking life on his business trip.
Oh, safe travels and safe journey, and hope you have a great
Enjoy.
business trip.
Yes,
Yes, but I'm gonna go down while you do what you do and stuff and finish watching the rest of the show. I thank you again, sweetheart, and yes, you are a rock star person, and I'm very happy to have you in my corner and you letting me be in your corner. It's been nothing less than a pleasure, and I look forward to the future. Thank
absolutely.
you,
You're
thank you
very
so
welcome.
much, sweetheart.
Oh, you're truly welcome, sweetheart. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna go fucking cry about how much I love you.
Oh, I love you too. I'm so proud of
Bye,
you.
sugar. I'm
Bye bye.
proud of you. Thank you, sugar.
Oh, thank you too. Ooh, I'm gonna say this. I know that was hard for Tiff. That was hard for a lot of us to kind of when it's hard to watch certain things when you're invested emotionally. You know, sometimes we're invested, we don't want to see the outcome, or we know the outcome is going to be ugly or hurtful. And to see her get up there and not fold, not waver on her feelings, her emotions, she put it aside and she wanted answers. And to me, she showed growth today. She showed that she wasn't the person she was 6 months ago. And that's because of her not only being a person with value, a person with decor, a person, heart of gold, generous person, but a person that has solid people surrounding her, people that want to see her win, people that believe in her. When you're surrounded around genuine people that want to see you win, your light can shine easily. We're not trying to dim Tiffany's light to make someone else's light shine even brighter. That was never the goal. And I'm so glad that she is thriving amongst the very same people that said she couldn't because I'm around her. She couldn't because she's cool with me. No, Tiff is a winner regardless. And all it took was for God to open the door and allow the people that did not belong in her life, the people that did not have good intentions, the people did not help and want to see her grow, help and want to see her win, did not want to see her flourish. All it took was for those people to move and step aside and for Tiffany plant to be watered. And now it's been growing and sprouting ever since. When you're a winner, no one can stop it. No one can take that away. The only person that can take that away is God. Yes, sis, we're going to win together, I promise you. And that's the thing, you guys. Everybody has their season. This was Tiff's season. And I sat back and I watched proudly. And we're going to have a season together. We're going to have off season, on seasons. That's what life is. You have to learn how to sit on the bench sometimes and watch the game go on. And then when it's your turn to get in the game, put your gear on and go in there and give it your best shot. And that's what I'm willing to do because I'm surrounded by winners. I'm surrounded by solid people. I'm surrounded by solid supporters. My back end is solid. Like, life is great. I've never been more calmer than ever. Like, I'm really calm now. I'm back to the old me. Maybe too calm. I want to see you both win, period, Pooh. You made it our business. Oh, thank you, baby. I promise you guys, we're going to all win. You're going to see us winning. Jared, how is the food down there, bro? You're a rock star too, Tiff. Love you. And going to win. I'm going to win, my bad. Let us all win against fear and evil. Yes. As I'm trying not to tear up, I genuinely fucks with Tiff. We know you do, Mama 3. Jared, why don't you bring that car back, bro? Let me have that car. Yes, we know you do, Mama 3. You are a dope moderator and support system as well. And Tiff definitely F's with you. Hands down. You know, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for supporting us, for loving on us, for always being positive, encouraging. You guys are amazing. You know, God sent the right people in our life for a reason. And I will no longer question why this, why that. You know, I had to sit down for a while. My channel was picking up and taking off and then whoosh, no more. So it was time for me to sit. But I will be a fool if I didn't learn from that sitting experience. If I didn't learn from the times that I didn't succeed or the times that I wanted to be right. Sometimes silence is golden. I get it. Understood. You don't always have to respond. Sometimes it speaks for itself. Let love and light guide you. Let the naysayers continue to feel how they feel, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones who determine your win, who determines your success. They don't have the last say so over your life or the victory. The victory is yours. It is already written. What's understood does not have to be explained. We all are going to continue to elevate, whether it's in our jobs, our real lives, our relationships with our children, on YouTube, as supporters, as content creators with our family. We all are winners. We are all destined for greatness. Just know that and believe it and understand it. And it is yours. I am Ashley D. I wish each and every one of you beautiful people an amazing weekend. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Until next time. Take care.